Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the University of Winnipeg Collegiate Virtual Open House. I'm Dr. Kevin Clace. I am the Dean of the Collegiate. I just wanted to thank you for joining us this evening on our virtual open house. For those of you who have been navigating through the booths, I hope you've enjoyed the time speaking with our faculty as well as our student ambassadors to learn a little bit more about the Collegiate. I just wanted to take about 15 minutes to present to you a bit of an overview regarding what the Collegiate is all about. And for those of you who have just joined the open house this evening, I definitely want to encourage you to navigate the booths, take a look at the YouTube videos that have been put up there by our faculty. It demonstrates some of what is taking place within our classrooms, and make sure you take time to chat with our faculty and our staff to have your questions answered about the Collegiate. This evening, I just wanted to share with you just a little bit about the Collegiate. I'm going to share our mission statement. I'm going to share some of the benefits about the Collegiate, what type of collegiate programming we have, the application process, share a little bit of information about scholarships and bursaries, as well as an early application incentive that we have. At the Collegiate, we're a pretty unique school. We definitely thrive on academic excellence and developing an environment of creative thinking and community spirit. We're looking for students that are independent and mature and really focused on creating their own self-generated discipline. Really, respect and responsibility are our core values at the Collegiate, and we're looking for students who really want to be independent in their learning and take responsibility for their learning. Some of the benefits of the Collegiate, it's high school university. I mean, we are the only high school that is completely embedded within a university in Canada. Students have an opportunity to experience what a university campus is like, but they're able to do that in high school. And within that, we have a very strong academic program. Our program is probably between an AB or AP to an IB level. However, we focus on accelerating students to be able to start university early rather than one of those designations. We're an environment of respect. We really believe in respecting one another and building respectful relationships between faculty and between students. Students get the opportunity to have collaborative academic planning. One of the things that we have being at a university is flexibility in scheduling academics. So students are able to meet with the deans a couple of times a year just to make sure that their academic plan is on track. They're able to pick courses that interest them, as well as courses in the direction that they want to study in university. We're all about students assuming responsibility for their learning. We don't talk to parents a lot throughout the education journey here. We really focus on empowering students to assume responsibility in their learning. And so if students are having trouble with their courses or they're not keeping up with their work, faculty are not going to direct information to parents right away. They're really going to coach the student along on how to take responsibility, how to assume responsibility, how to cultivate that self-discipline to be that lifelong learner. We want our students to be ready for university by the time that they leave the Collegiate. And our students are those types of students. They come with a lot of respect. They're independent. They assume responsibility for their learning. Many of our students are heading off to some of the best universities across Canada and in the United States, as well as in the UK. Supportive and approachable, I would say those are two words that really describe who our faculty are. They're really supportive in helping students. All of our faculty have office hours throughout their week where they spend a lot of their time working one-on-one or in small groups and tutoring students in terms of their academics. The other benefit is students really are able to accelerate their studies and their schedule. Students right from grade 9 start on an undergrad schedule where they study courses from September to April and May and June. So we have that typical undergrad regular session and spring session schedule. By the time a student has done their first year in grade 9 with us, they have actually completed their grade 9 as well as 2 grade 10 credits. That helps students accelerate their learning so that by the time they are in grade 12, they are actually able to start on university credits. We have a number of students who do anywhere between 1 to 2 to maybe 2.5, 3 university courses in their grade 12 year, where they actually earn credit for both their university course as well as high school. We have strong academic expectations at the Collegiate. As I said, it's somewhere between an AP to an IB level. We've always been known as a very strong STEM school, but I really want to focus tonight on some of the amazing arts programs that we have in fine art, drama, band, choir, and young artist intensive. And that's a program where students can study voice, or they can even study an instrument that they're interested in more in depth, and work with our instructor here to really focus on developing as a young musician. We have strong language studies in French and Francais and Spanish. And so students that are coming from French immersion schools, or that are really strong with a Francophone background, they can take that Francais all the way through to grade 12 and keep their language studies going. We also have accelerated language options for students that are multilingual at the university, where they can participate in an accelerated language option. As I've already mentioned, students in grade 12 are able to participate in accelerated studies, where they can do those dual credit courses. We'd have many students start on calculus or chemistry, religion or philosophy, geography as a university course in the grade 12 year, to get a good head start on their university studies. We also have an amazing athletics program. We are a AAA school with MHSAA, and we have a strong athletics program in basketball and volleyball and soccer. We do dragon boat racing. We also we host the regional badminton tournament for MHSAA. And so we have an opportunity for students to really participate as scholar athletes as well. And of course, like any high school, we have amazing extracurricular programs. Our faculty have just a wide variety and depth of programming that they have every year for students. And you can check that out on our website, as well as speaking to faculty tonight and navigating the booth. But there's so many clubs and programs that are taking place every year. I really encourage you to investigate that. There's just too many to mention. The application process is quite simple. We ask you to submit an application form with references. We do ask for a letter of reference from a teacher or a principal or a guidance counselor, and you submit that to the office here. After that application is submitted, we take a look at your grades, your report card, we take a look at your reference letter, and determine if we're going to do an interview. If we decide we'd like to do that, we'll invite you for a Zoom interview during COVID, where you're going to meet with one of the deans. And you're going to meet with one of the deans to just have a conversation about who you are as an individual and who you are as a student. Of course, we're looking for some great academics, but we're also looking for great young men and women. We really are looking for well-rounded students. And so we're just going to have that interview to see how you might fit at the Collegiate. You can't prepare for that interview. It's not a test or an exam. We're really having a conversation to get to know you as a student, as an individual, and to see if you'd be a great fit at the Collegiate for studying here. If we decide that you're a fit, we're going to give you an offer, and we're going to do that through a letter of acceptance. You'll get that in the mail, and within that letter, there'll be some instructions on what your next steps are. So if you receive a letter of acceptance, then you are going to sit down and talk to your parents, and you're going to determine whether or not you want to accept that offer here at the Collegiate. If you determine you're going to accept that offer, then you're going to make contact with the Collegiate and say that you're accepting the offer. At the end of June, when you have your report card, your final report card, you're going to make a registration appointment, and you're going to sit down with one of the deans to do some course planning for the next year. If you're not successful past the student interview, we do communicate with all of our applicants, and we'll let you know why you weren't successful. We'll give you advice on what we would like you to work on and improve upon so that you can apply again for the next year. We do have scholarships and bursaries that are available. There are entrance scholarships with the Collegiate Millennium Scholarship and the Silver Jubilee Scholarship. We have 20 scholarships per grade. You automatically apply for them when you fill out our application form. And 10 scholarships are worth $500 and 10 scholarships are worth $1,000. And that is based on your grades coming into the Collegiate. We also have a bursary program for students that do need financial assistance, and you're able to speak to some of our representatives tonight or to communicate with our representatives at the Collegiate through email to learn a little bit more about that program. We offer a sibling tuition reduction. We do find that once families choose the Collegiate, they like to stay here. And so we do offer a sibling tuition reduction for those families that do choose to send their children to the Collegiate together. Finally, we have an early application incentive. Applications that are received before March 31st do qualify for a 5% tuition reduction, as well as you are given consideration for our special UWC Silver Jubilee Scholarship. And that's a $1,000 scholarship that we offer annually to new students who qualify. So that's the end of my presentation. I do want to thank you for joining me tonight from Wesley Hall, and I really hope that you've enjoyed your virtual tour tonight. I do want to encourage you to please meet with our representatives. Our faculty are waiting to meet with you and to answer any questions that you might have. Please stop by and meet with our student representatives who are in the student ambassador booth. One of the things you're not getting tonight is just the real flavor and vibrancy of the student community that is at the Collegiate. On a normal open house, we would have 30 students supporting the open house, doing tours, answering questions, and showing off the school that they are so proud to be a part of. So please make sure you stop by and you visit with them as well. I do also want to highlight that this afternoon we released a new podcast on our social media. It's called Hallowed Halls. It was done by alum Isaac Werman, and it's a great story about the history of the Collegiate in a 6-series podcast. So I encourage you to definitely check that out and learn a little bit more about the Collegiate. Once again, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate the time that you've taken to explore the Collegiate, and we hope to see your application soon. Have a great evening.